Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that the world's most valuable resource is no longer oil, gold, or even money. It's computing power. While millions of people use AI to write emails, generate images, or summarize documents, something much larger is unfolding behind the scenes. Governments are rewriting industrial policy. The world's biggest technology companies are investing hundreds of billions of dollars, and a new global race has already begun. Unlike the space race or the nuclear race, this competition isn't happening in front of television cameras. It's happening quietly, inside data centers, research labs, semiconductor factories, and power stations. This isn't simply a race to build better chatbots. It's a race to build the infrastructure that could shape the global economy for decades to come. Many experts compare artificial intelligence to the arrival of electricity or the internet because it has the potential to transform almost every industry. At first, electricity looked like a way to power light bulbs. Eventually, it changed factories, transportation, communication, and cities. The internet followed a similar path. What began with websites and email eventually reshaped banking, healthcare, retail, education, entertainment, and government. Artificial intelligence is now entering that same phase, but at an even faster pace. Companies are moving beyond experimentation and integrating AI into their daily operations, creating unprecedented demand for computing power. Every time someone asks an AI a question, thousands of advanced processors begin performing billions of calculations inside massive facilities connected by high-speed fiber optic networks and supported by sophisticated cooling systems. Behind every simple answer is an enormous industrial ecosystem. This is why the AI boom is no longer just a software story. It has become one of the largest infrastructure buildouts in modern history. Companies are investing not only in AI models, but also in semiconductor manufacturing, networking equipment, cooling technology, land, construction, and electricity. Entire industries are being transformed by a technology that most people still associate with a chatbot. The biggest opportunities are appearing in sectors many people rarely notice, including power generation, industrial equipment, construction, data center development, and advanced manufacturing. The digital revolution is quietly becoming a construction boom, and that boom is changing the global economy. The real AI race is not taking place on your laptop. It's happening inside enormous data centers that resemble giant warehouses from the outside, but contain thousands of the world's most advanced processors working together every second. These facilities have become the factories of the digital economy. A century ago, factories produced steel, automobiles, and machinery. Today, data centers produce intelligence. Every AI-generated image, medical prediction, financial model, language translation, software assistant, and scientific calculation depends on these facilities. Technology companies are no longer competing only to build smarter AI models. They're competing to build more computing capacity, because the organizations with greater access to compute often gain a decisive advantage. That demand has created an entirely new challenge: electricity. Modern AI systems require enormous amounts of energy, and many of the newest data centers consume as much power as small cities. Suddenly, utility companies, electrical equipment manufacturers, construction firms, cooling specialists, and power grid operators have become essential players in the AI economy. Building artificial intelligence is no longer only about writing software. It's about building physical infrastructure capable of supporting continuous computation. This transformation is also becoming increasingly geopolitical. Throughout history, countries that controlled the defining technologies of an era often shaped the global economy. Today, governments recognize that artificial intelligence is more than a commercial opportunity. It has become a strategic asset linked to economic competitiveness, national security, technological leadership, and industrial policy. The United States, China, Europe, and several Middle Eastern countries are investing billions of dollars to strengthen their AI ecosystems. The competition extends far beyond software. It includes semiconductor design, advanced manufacturing, cloud infrastructure, data centers, skilled engineering talent, electrical grids, and research capabilities. At the same time, companies are investing in custom AI chips and expanding their own infrastructure rather than relying entirely on third-party suppliers. Artificial intelligence has evolved into a complete ecosystem where researchers, chip designers, foundries, cloud providers, construction companies, networking specialists, and power producers all depend on one another. Every link matters, because if one part of the chain slows down, the entire system feels the impact. That's why economists increasingly describe AI as infrastructure rather than simply another technology product. After understanding how artificial intelligence is being built, the most important question becomes, who will benefit from it? History suggests that the greatest fortunes during technological revolutions are rarely created by the people using the technology. Instead, they are often created by those who own the infrastructure that makes the technology possible. During the Industrial Revolution, factories generated enormous wealth. During the Internet era, platforms and networks became some of the world's most valuable businesses. Artificial intelligence appears to be following the same pattern. Investors are watching chip manufacturers, cloud providers, energy companies, networking firms, construction businesses, and data center operators just as closely as AI software developers. Every response generated by an AI system depends on this enormous physical ecosystem. At the same time, the future of work is changing. Some repetitive tasks are becoming increasingly automated, while demand continues to grow for engineers, cybersecurity specialists, data scientists, electrical experts, construction professionals, and AI researchers. Like every major technological transformation before it, artificial intelligence is likely to eliminate some jobs while creating entirely new industries and professions. Businesses that successfully integrate AI may become more productive and competitive, while those that ignore it risk falling behind. Governments face equally difficult decisions as they attempt to encourage innovation, protect national security, support economic growth, and prepare workers for a rapidly changing economy. None of these challenges have simple solutions. What is clear, however, is that this transformation is already underway. Every new data center, semiconductor factory, power project, and AI breakthrough is quietly reshaping the foundations of the global economy. Most people won't notice the change in a single day, just as they didn't notice the internet gradually transforming every industry. But years from now, we may look back and realize that this was the moment when the world entered a new technological era. Artificial intelligence is not simply changing software. It is changing infrastructure, investment, manufacturing, energy, education, healthcare, finance, scientific research, and global competition. The countries that build the strongest AI foundations today may influence the direction of the global economy for decades to come. The companies that control the infrastructure behind artificial intelligence may become the defining businesses of this century. The future of the global economy is no longer something we are waiting for. In many ways, it has already begun. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of artificial intelligence and the global economy, subscribe to Global Brief. Every week, we break down the world's biggest stories with clear, fact-based analysis, helping you understand not just what's happening, but why it matters. Because in a world changing this quickly, understanding the story behind the headlines has never been more important.